Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to Gift of Healing TV. I'm Sara Jane, and I am delighted for this evening because it is evening where both of us are. I'm delighted to welcome Sally Hart. Sally, thank you so much for agreeing to join us today.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's great to have you here. Now, Sally is going to be sharing a powerful healing meditation. But let me share a little about her, and then I'm going to get her to share a little bit more about herself before I let her share the meditation. Sally is a natural-born psychic who saw angels as a child and could occasionally see and feel people who had passed over. This ability grew as she got older when spirit started getting her to give messages to the general public when going out about her daily life. She now gives readings and facilitates spiritual development groups, both online and in person, as well as channeling ascended masters. She channels information about current and future events with Lord Cthulhu and a light being called B.
Yeah.
Okay. She often works with Mary Magdalene to empower women through womb healing and women's circles in which the teachings of Mary Magdalene are channeled through her. Sally is also a soon-to-be accredited trauma-informed woman's somatic coach. In addition, she has co-created a healing pod on a light ship with her star family guide and takes people up for healing through a deep and powerful meditation. Wow.
It's a bit of an eclectic mix.
Yeah. Who isn't an eclectic mix?
Yeah, that's the joy of it, isn't it?
It's absolute joy of it. So, okay, Sally, share a little about because I know you said you've channeled this meditation.
Yeah.
So share a little bit about how that works,
Okay.
and about yourself, and then do you know what I'm going to say to you? Let's just go straight into the meditation, unless you want to stop and talk about something else in the meantime.
No. Yeah. So when I channel, to be honest, I can just do it, just very quickly now. But I tend to try and find somewhere quiet, away from dogs and children. I play relaxing music. I say what I call a prayer, and then I go in and I just say, "Tell me what I need to know," or "Thank you for giving me a meditation for tonight's group," and the meditation will come through. So sometimes it's a healing meditation. Sometimes, as Mary Magdalene will come through, and there'll be a bit of teaching and then a meditation, and it all just varies really. But I would just like to plug my group, because I'm doing an online meditation group on a Sunday evening, 7:30 to 8:30, if anyone fancies joining that. In that group, I channel a meditation beforehand, and it's literally just an hour, basically like this. We do a little bit of a chat, and then it's just the most gorgeous meditation, and quite often people will just come out and switch off, and they don't come back to the Zoom afterwards, and it's just a beautiful way to relax, and it's always recorded. So if you like the sound of this evening and you've enjoyed this, it might be something you might be interested in. So we're going to start. The first thing we do now, I do things in a different way to probably how you've done them in other meditation groups, but this comes straight from Mary Magdalene, and it's the way I help people to connect. Now, you may want to sit or lie down. You might want to play relaxing music, light a candle, hide from your dogs or children. Whatever you need to do to relax and get in the zone, now's the time to do that. And the good thing is that this live will be recorded, so you can always play it back another time. So this is going to be the ultimate healing meditation. We are going to be bringing the light within. We're going to be connecting to areas of our body which may feel pain or may feel disconnected from us, and begin to heal those areas. Then we're going to be, I know this sounds really woo and oh my goodness, I can't possibly do this, but you will be able to do this. You're going to be lifting out of your corporal body and you're going to be able to receive healing. At the moment, it's staff family who are gathering, but we'll see who gathers when we begin. And you're just literally going to have the most ultimate healing, physical, mental, emotional, psychic, and you're going to be on cloud 9 afterwards. Now, during this meditation, you will either see things, feel things, hear things, or just know. And you may find, I'll talk through what's happening when it's happening, but you may find that you can feel warmth in parts of your body. You may feel hands on parts of your body as star family come to heal you. But I will talk about what's happening as it's happening. And then I'll also give you some quiet time just to be healed without any interruption from me. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to breathe into your heart space. And I want you to take some deep breaths in. And when you feel like your heart is overflowing with energy and it can't possibly hold any more, I want you to send that up to your thymus, which is your upper heart chakra. So every in-breath, you're drawing that energy up. And from there, with your in-breath, you're drawing it up to your throat chakra. That's it. I can really feel some of you landing now. And then your third eye. And you may feel tension around your third eye area as it's beginning to be worked on already. A bit, like if you've got sinus pain, it may feel a bit like that. And what's happening is they're showing it to me, it's a bit like your third eye is made of clay or Play-Doh or plasticine. They're just gradually, kneading it is too strong a word, but gradually pushing on it to and softening it so your third eye can open. And now it's going to your crown chakra. So this energy now that you're breathing in, it's being drawn up through your upper chakras to your crown. And now you'll feel your crown chakras beginning to open. Little strands of your energy are going out into the cosmos, into what Mary Magdalene calls, and B, one of my guides, calls the golden grid of light. And this golden grid of light is anything that has been thought, said, or done in the past, the present, and the future. So what was, what is, and what is to become. And it's like source energy. It's the energy of source, the universal consciousness. There are many different names for this. And once you're connected solidly to this, you're able to communicate psychically with every living thing. Any person, any being, any plant, any animal, any insect. And this energy, this golden energy now that you've connected to the grid, is coming through your crown chakra. And you might feel like the hair on the top of your head standing on end. Or you might feel a bit of warmth on your crown already. And it's coming through. It's coming through your crown chakra, your third eye. You may find now that your forehead's feeling a bit warm. It's coming through to your throat chakra, which is opening up nicely. Your thymus and your heart. You may feel your heart is glowing as this golden energy is going into your heart and expanding and growing, and it's flooding out into your system, and it's going to every cell, every muscle, every bone, every part of your body. And the energy is traveling, it looks like a tree with tree branches. And you may feel it going into your shoulders now. Your shoulders may feel warm. You often feel it in your joints first. Your elbows. You may feel that your fingertips are beginning to glow and get warm. And it's weird because you're being heated from the inside out. And you may feel your aura is expanding already. And this energy now, it's going to your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root. You may feel this glowing warmth now in your stomach area or in your hara or womb space. And the roots now are coming from your root through the soil and the rocks and the underground lakes and streams, straight to the heart of Mother Gaia. And it's that, with her, it's that sacred knowledge, the shamanic ways, the connecting with nature, but also that secure and that solidifying energy. So now what you've become is a bridge between Gaia and the cosmos. And that bridge is developing and you're becoming a pillar of light. And this golden healing light is going wherever it's needed. It could be the blood vessels, the nerves, the neurons. Everywhere in your body is being flooded with golden healing light. So this light is pulsing wherever needs healing. Anywhere that's in pain, or parts of your body that have become disconnected at the moment, parts which you can't feel at the moment, and it's removing the old stagnant energy, emotions, or feelings which no longer serve you, and they're leaving the body and they're being transmuted by the violet flame. And where this is going, the spaces left are being filled with this beautiful golden light. It's making you into a golden, glowing light body. I'm just going to leave you just for a few seconds just to really appreciate and to really feel this energy as it's surging around your system. That's good. You may feel your body's getting warmer and it's really glowy now. Now, any parts of your body which you've realized now that are in pain, maybe it's your shoulders or the small of your back. I can feel that somebody's having pain, like chest pain at the moment. Wherever you're feeling this pain, I'm going to ask you to do something a bit strange. I want you to say to yourself, something in a place in my body, for example, my shoulder is feeling, and I want you to think about how it's feeling. So my shoulder is feeling in pain, or my throat is feeling sore. Or you could have my knees are feeling cold. And then I want you to tune into that part of your body that's feeling it. And ask them, why are you feeling like that? It might be I think what they're saying. It could be you've got a pain in your chest because you've been coughing so much, because things are being released from your system. Or it may be that your shoulders are sore because practically you're having to carry all the shopping, but emotionally you may be carrying your whole family. And then I want you to acknowledge they're feeling like that. It's no wonder you're feeling like that, having to carry the family or recovering from such a strong cold. Then what I want you to do is to ask that body part, what can I do to help? And it may be your body part, it may be something just as simple as, I just want to sit and have a cup of tea and relax and watch my favourite programme. Or I really want to get to the forest to connect with the trees. And then I want you to say to that body part, either something like, later on today we'll be able to do that, or I'll make a space in the diary and I'll make sure we do that in the next week. And then see how that pain feels, knowing that it's been acknowledged and knowing that its needs are going to be met or have been met. Now, your body may be communicating with words, thoughts, images, or just knowing. You just know that that is why that body part is feeling in that way. Just going to leave you for a minute to finish that. And then we'll move on to the next stage of our ultimate healing meditation. Okay. And I don't know if you're aware, but while you were doing that and while you were connecting to your body, this golden light that's been traveling inside us has been building and building. You may feel like you're glowing all over because it's in every part of your body. It's building so much inside you, it's almost like it's coming out of your pores. Just feel yourself sinking where you're sitting, or if you're laying down where you're laying. And just feel supported where you're placed. Now begin to feel the heaviness of your body wherever it's touching. And this golden light that's within you, it's built up so much like it's overflowing. I want you to start sending it upwards out of your body. And as you're doing that, so hang on, if you do that with your out breaths, so just with every out breath, you're just sending this golden light out of your body, and you may feel that your etheric body is beginning to lift up. I'll just give you a moment to keep doing that. You may feel a bit lightheaded. You may feel yourself beginning to pull up now, lifting out of your corporal body. And you may feel a bit fizzy or giddy or lightheaded. You may feel like you've got butterflies, but use that feeling of butterflies and the fluttering and that feeling of lightness to help lift your etheric body out of your corporal body. It's almost like it's a body-shaped mask which has been laying on top of you and is gradually lifting off. And if you're struggling to visualize that, just visualize helium balloons that are helping pull your etheric body upwards. It's like your etheric body is like, that's your soul, that's your psyche. Visualize these balloons going up, up, up. As your etheric body's lifting, and you may feel lightheaded and giddy, kind of full of joy and giggly. Now, when you look down, you may be able to see where your corporal body is anchored. So you can see the shell of your body, and your etheric body is hovering a couple of inches above. If you can't see it, you may just feel the lightness and the warmth. A bit like when you just get off a roller coaster or something, you might just feel that your body's got that lift. As your body is hovering, your etheric body is hovering. Tonight it is star beings, and they're coming forward, and they're standing in a circle around you, and they're placing their hands on your etheric body, and they're giving it healing. You may feel warmth at different parts of your body. For some of you, they are working on the small of the back. For some of you, I can feel they're balancing chakras. Somebody's having pain in their jaw at this side. You may feel a warmth there as they're placing their hands there. For some of you, they're on the left side. And for others of you, they're on the right. You're being bathed in healing energy. And it's like you may feel like you have a blanket around you because they're wrapping this energy around you now, the blanket of light. And some of you are moving on to, for some of you, they're moving onto your corporal body now, working on your joints and your muscles. For somebody, it's their hearing. You've had a bit of hearing loss. And we're working on clearing that. You may feel really hot now as you're being healed on all levels. Your physical body, your etheric body, and your psyche. Your psyche, soma, and soul are all being energized, cleaned, renewed, and revived. And you may feel that you can feel warmth in the areas which were causing you pain or discomfort before. They're using their magic and high vibration to give this healing a boost, and they're using sound frequencies. You may feel that you've got a bit of a ringing in your ear. That's the sound frequencies as they're beginning to use them. And they're connected to the universal energy, the energy of Source. I'm going to leave you now for a few moments to allow them to work. And I shall come back for you when it's time. Okay. It's time now to thank the star beings for this beautiful, healing, rejuvenating energy. What I want you to do is I'd like you to take a few deep breaths. Allow yourself to drop back into your physical body. Know you can come back to this healing space anytime you want. Now, what I'd like you to do, I'd like you to, we're going to gradually close the chakras in turn, just at the half closed. So I want you to imagine your crown chakra as a beautiful white chrysanthemum and visualize it as a bud, flower just going back to a bud. So it's half open and half closed. Now with your third eye, visualize it as bluebells, just going back to a bud about to open. Your throat, like forget-me-nots. Your thymus, it's like a pale pink rose, visualizing it going to a bud that's about to explode open. Your heart, I'm seeing it as a dark pink rose. Visualize that half closed. Your solar plexus, your sunflower half closed. Your sacral, like a marigold. Visualize it half closed. And your root, it's like a deep red rose. Visualize that as a bud. I want you to take a few deep breaths and bring your aura back to its usual position around the body. I want you to take a few more deep breaths. I want you to call your name 3 times in your head. And gradually wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, come back into your space.
I think that was going to work for a minute. Sally, thank you. Thank you
Welcome.
so much. I actually bring in a golden orb into down from source through chakras, starting with what I believe is actually our universal star, so number 12. I don't know what 11 and 10 are called, but then a higher crown, all the way down to Mother Earth, and then from Mother Earth back. And in the morning, and it's always through the heart. And in the morning, because I do it twice a day, in the morning, I then sort of expanding that energy from the heart, touching all the lives that I touch. So bringing in that golden energy, that connection from source to earth. I also put my roots down as well, my branches up. And so that was an extension of something I think that I do on a daily basis. When I say daily, twice a day. It's keeping that grounded. It's keeping that connection between the two, which I think is very important. I actually I suffer with really cold hands, and actually they were and I held them over my heart, and slowly they fell off. But they were hot, they were warm the whole time. They weren't hot, they were warm, which was
That's
nice.
brilliant.
So
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I don't know, especially, yeah, there's been a draft in the house today, but I don't know what else happened. And I'm one of these people with meditation. It's just like sometimes it's okay, I haven't gone to sleep. I am aware of everything that you say, but I'm not made aware of anything else. And it isn't even, it isn't about knowing, it isn't about hearing, seeing, whatever. It's about, do you know what? It's trusting. So if anybody else is thinking, I don't know whether I got nothing, you did. You received. It is just that you don't always have to know what is going on.
And sometimes what happens is it's almost like spirit say, do you know what? I don't want you to have to think about this. I just want to do the work without you overthinking, without you doing the whys and wherefores. So for this one, we're just gonna, and oftentimes with healing meditations, that's what happens. And when I do my groups, often I'll get people say, oh, I think I just fell asleep. And they didn't. It's that the spirit have got you into that state so that they can do their most work without you having to sort of interrupt it and put up minor blocks. So, and if you felt the warmth, if people are feeling the warmth, you've had an amazing deep healing. And if you felt a deep sense of peace, you also have, particularly if you're somebody who finds that tricky, or you've got a life that's quite busy. So you will always receive what you need from a meditation, particularly a healing one.
Oh, I really couldn't agree more. I mean, sort of years ago, I sort of did a whole series of workshops, and we were working with the Lords of Melchizedek, Lords and Ladies of Melchizedek, the Pleiadians. And Karen was doing these meditations. She said, "You lot fell to sleep again." I said, "No, I just wasn't meant to know what was happening. Whatever was being downloaded, whatever, it's been put there for when it is the right time."
Absolutely. And you can get more it'll be more powerful if you don't know, because it means they've got the freedom to just work and do what needs to be done. And sometimes you'll find like a week later you start to get an inkling, like, oh, you know, my shoulder's normally bad when I do this and it isn't this time, or oh, that would normally make me stressed out, but I feel quite zen about it. And you realize that actually it's permeated through. I like to call it like marinading. It'll marinate through, and then, you know, this perfect recipe of healing. Yeah.
It's like when I channel the light language, I have no idea what I'm saying. I can't translate it. I don't wish to translate it. And it's very much a matter of sort of being, oh, what was it you actually said? I said, I don't know, I've got a clue.
But people feel it in their hearts. They will know what was said. There's a knowing, isn't there, which doesn't involve your brain.
But that's the joy of it. It keeps the brain, the mind, the ego out of it.
Yeah. It's
all about the heart, the soul. They totally understand what is being shared.
Yeah.
It's almost as if it's actually, even though it's me saying whatever it is, it's almost as if it's a message from your own soul.
Yeah.
And what one person thinks they're hearing, another person may absolutely think, do you know what, I felt that might mean something different. It feels what it means, what it's meant to for each
of us.
And that's exactly what I get the impression with the meditation. If you go to sleep, I don't know about you, but when you work with people with a session and they go to sleep, and it's, oh, I slept through that. Oh, good.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best thing.
It kept your mind out of it and allowed your body for whatever was right for you.
That's right. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
Oh, the power of keeping the mind and the ego, whatever you want to refer to it, it's this thinking thing. Keep the thinking thing out of it. And it's because I suppose, if you like, thinking is part of our humanness. The soul, for want of a better way of putting it, doesn't think in the way we think. That's a human thing. And our human ability to distort things with our thinking. And so when there's nothing there for the mind to grab onto,
Yeah,
it's the deepest and best place to be.
yeah, it truly is. But we're so blessed, aren't we? All of us and the people watching, we're so blessed, aren't we, to be able to have the opportunity to have meditations and to have healing. It's just a wonderful world out there now. It always was wonderful, but more and more people are seeing it. More and more people are becoming awake and aware, and it's just glorious times. And I just feel at times like this, when we've just done a gorgeous meditation, you can just really feel the joy and the joy of ascension. And I just feel we're all so blessed, aren't we?
Oh, 100% blessed. 100% blessed. It's I suppose it's a deeper connection with ourselves
and each other.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I think, but we've lost the connection to ourselves.
Absolutely. This is one of my pet subjects. I better not get started on this. There's so much I can say about this.
But it is because so many of us have been
we're conditioned.
We haven't been taught it's okay to consider ourselves. And now so many people like us are saying the most important person for you to love, for you to have thought, care and consideration about is yourself. That isn't about being selfish. When you take care of yourself first, the gifts you can bring to others come from a purer place of intention.
Yeah, that is true. And I think that it's quite interesting because, so say somebody asks you to do something that you really want to do, right? Like, oh, I can't think of anything, like for me, it'd be like, hey, do you want to join a knit and natt and do some crochet? I'll be like, yeah, I'd love to. And then where do you feel it? You feel it in your heart soars and you get really excited and your body feels that before your brain kicks in. But then say somebody asks you to do something you don't want to do, like, hey, do you want to go to Morrison's just before closing? And you're like, oh, I really don't want to do that. And you may feel it in your gut. And what happens is we're conditioned to override that, and your body will say the response first. We're conditioned to override that and say no, or then your brain kicks in. Oh, well, maybe I ought to go to Morrison's even though I don't want to. I know I could wait till tomorrow, but it's best to, get it done today. And then before you know it, you yourself have talked yourself out of what was your initial response. And if you do that too much, you end up losing connection with your body and connection with yourself. And then it's almost like you're programming yourself to, I'm going to use the harsh words, to be a people pleaser. And that's when it all falls apart. So in my sessions, particularly in my Luna Rosa circles, we do a lot of work on building our connection back to ourselves, so that, and this is sounding cliched as well, but I don't know any other phrase to say it, but so we can stand in our power. That's a phrase used too often these days, but that is literally what we're doing. We're giving permission to ourselves to be empowered, and that is so important. And it's now that people are becoming awake and aware that we're beginning to realize that again, and we're gaining it back, which is just wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, it is about, so I'm just putting if it will go in, your website address into the chat.
We're doing that while we're live. My goodness.
It's so important. I spent too many years as a people pleaser.
Yeah, me too.
One thing. I mean, I'm not saying I don't do some. We
have to do it, but it's when we're doing it all the time to our own detriment.
Yeah, absolutely. It's saying yes to everybody else and saying no to yourself.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like the weekend. My sister that lives here. The two of us are going down to Devon to meet up with my other sister and my mum. It's a matter of, okay, I'm doing this. because it's my birthday. And I'm doing this, I'm thinking, okay, I know Mother likes to get together. I know she likes to do it. So I'm doing it as much something for her. But it's okay. If she's up to it, we are going to go for a walk on Dartmoor. Yes, please. I hope she's up to it, and I hope the weather allows, because I love Dartmoor. So there's an aspect.
Exactly. It's getting that balance, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know where we're thinking about going. If she's able to do it, it's a walk she would really like to do. So because Dad's ashes are scattered up there, so up at Haytor. So it's thinking about what can I do that I think other people will like, and I know I will.
Yeah, it's about what can feed others but can also feed myself.
Yes.
Because if we don't feed ourselves often enough, we end up pouring. I'm really mixing my metaphors here. We're going to end up pouring from an empty cup, basically an empty jug, and that's unfortunately what happens.
Yeah.
So it's about gently reclaiming little aspects where we can, isn't it, and building on that.
Slowly catchy monkey.
That's right. Yeah, I've heard that phrase for a long time.
And in respect to supermarkets, there are loads of others other than Morrison.
Oh, sorry.
But I'm just thinking about television programs. It's just like there are other brands available, and having a good laugh is something that's so important.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Well, and you can tell what kind of person I am because I didn't say Waitrose.
Or Marks and
M&S. There are other supermarkets apart from Waitrose, M&S, and Mozzers. Okay.
There's loads of them. So Sally, this has been an absolute joy. Thank you.
It really has.
So very much. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Please, I will make sure if you're watching this on the YouTube, I've put Sally's website address underneath. I'm sure the circle, the meditation circle you were talking about, I'm sure that's on your website.
It is, yeah. It's under events. There's a button on the front page, but you can also see it in the events page.
Yeah. So sort of seriously, if anything here has resonated and you really feel that you'd like to connect with Sally, please do go to her website. There are so many amazing people around. Really just allow yourselves to. That resonates with me. You have to be involved in your own healing journey.
No one can do it for you.
Nobody can do it for you. None of us can do it for you, but we can support you.
Yeah. That
is what we're here for. Our journey we've gone through so that we can support others.
Yeah.
So if something really resonates, let yourself be drawn to it and work with it. And there are going to be times when you're thinking, what the heck am I doing? As I did with the Lords of Melchizedek workshops. I thought, what the heck am I doing? I don't see things, hear things, feel things. And amazing. A series of 10, but it was absolutely amazing. That was right for me without me knowing it.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, let it speak to you and don't be afraid to explore it. That's all I would say. Any final words before we close, Sally?
I just want to say it's been an absolute joy connecting with everyone today. And I truly hope you've enjoyed meditation. And please put comments, and I will check back and reply. And I just want to say what a privilege it's been really today, just working with anyone who's been watching and being with Sarah. So thank you so much.
It's been a real pleasure. It really has. And I get notified about messages under the YouTube video. Well, most of the time I get notified. Mm-hmm. I will then let Sally know. So, but do go to her website. Really,
that would be great.
Thank you, Sally.
Oh, thank you.
Next week we have a today's conversation, and Cornell Stirk is joining us for holistic emology. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be an interesting one. And I'm going to just say, I had to say to her, what's emology?
Clever because it sounds amazing. It just sounds really intelligent.
Emology, emotionally logical.
Mm.
Having a sense of coherence and reasonableness in one's emotions, expressions of emotion, or emotional processes. And it's just like, okay, but that's a conversation we're all going to have. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope folks will join us for that. Sally, thank you. I'm
Thank you.
sure we'll speak again soon. Light, love, and peace, sweet souls. Namaste.